Starting live video. Live. Oh, look at that. And we're live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. It's Julia Sansevere. And we're going to be going on the radio soon. Hold on. March 14th. And my trusty steed is not here tonight. My husband, Richard. So, kind of do it yourself tonight. And hi, Frank. How are you?
Good, good.
Good to
Looking
see
forward
you.
to your show.
I am too. This will be interesting, definitely, because I'm really going in alone tonight.
20 seconds.
20 seconds! Oh my God! Where are my earphones? Okay, there they were. I don't know. It's like I've never done this before. Getting ready to come on the air.
The views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of WSTU Digital 1450. The opinions expressed are those of the program hosts and guests. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin County Difference with your host, dancing realtor Julia Sands.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Martin County Difference on the radio and in real estate. I'm Julia Sansevere, your host, and we're coming to you live from beautiful downtown Stuart in Florida from WSTU 1450 AM on your dial and WSTUTV.com on your computer and Facebook Live on your phone, in your palm of your hand, wherever. It's Wednesday, March 14th, 2018. Hi, Frank.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, everybody out there. And just having a little computer issues today. And it's a little panicky. And it was a busy day again. But that's okay, because I'm a realtor here on the Treasure Coast. And this is our busy time.
Yeah, I was just going to say a busy time of year.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're in daylight savings time. So everybody forgets it's really late in the day, but it's lots of sun. So I was like coming to the radio station. I'm like, it's really bright out. What's going on? You know? So I'm really glad, though, because it's nice.
Yeah.
And we have a good show tonight. I've got some fun people waiting in the green room to come on tonight. I've got Troy McDonald and Luckhardt and Barbara Osborn, some wonderful local folks who are doing good things in the community, and that's what this show is all about. Everybody should know by now.
Right.
The Martin County Difference is all about good people doing good things to make our world a better place. And we want to spread positivity, because Lord knows we have enough of the opposite of that.
Right.
And the negativity that's going on in the world is just shocking, and not to be a downer, but you know, there's just some recent events, individual events in Palm Beach Gardens. A sweet little boy was viciously stabbed by a neighbor child on his birthday. I mean, like, hello. So that's not good, and just need to put away the sharp things and the guns and everything. And today's 1 month anniversary from February 14th, as we know, Stone and Douglas, and some headway is being made, and that's a positive thing.
Yes.
Both
statewide and national.
And nationally, right. Today, all of the high school kids marched out of their classrooms, and they were in Washington and making speeches. I caught a little bit of it on TV today, and I'm glad to see, you know, they're going to be voting age soon. They have a big voice, and we need to do right by them. Our children are the future, and they become the adults that go forth in this world. So my heart goes out. It's horrible to lose anyone. Loss is hard.
Yes.
But losing a child in that way is significantly harder. And of course, the one on the news in Palm Beach Gardens, my heart goes out to that mom. And somebody famous has passed on, Stephen Hawking.
Oh,
yeah, you didn't hear that?
know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
76 years old, quite the genius.
He was.
Yeah, and just amazing that his body didn't function, but boy, was his brain on fire.
Yes, yes.
You know, he had ALS, and so just God bless him and all he brought to our world.
Yeah.
And that's talk about positivity. That is a man who really...
a man who made the most of what he had.
He sure did.
You know?
Yeah, so we should all remember that. And I just had my goddaughter, my sweet niece, Catherine Woodard Fox, her husband, Brian, and his birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Brian. And their two little boys, Precious, William and Andrew, they were here through the weekend. And that's when you know it's time to just take it easy, take a breath, slow down, give a hug, give a kiss, and our household was happier for the boys who were in it. It was great. And,
Good.
We had a good time, and we went to an Astros baseball game, because I'm from Houston.
Yes.
So I got to go see the spring training.
Right.
In their beautiful new stadium in Palm Beach.
Right.
Right off Haverhill Road.
Yes.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
Beautiful day for it on a Saturday, and really enjoying an American pastime. So thank you, Catherine and Brian, and come back soon. And then, it just says a lot about the community that we have people who make it great.
Right.
And try really hard to do the right thing by our community. And that's one of our guests tonight is Troy McDonald. He's been the mayor of Stuart. He might even be still the mayor. I don't know. I can't keep up. He's shaking his head no.
No.
They trade around.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's been a commissioner for the city of Stuart. Now he's running for Martin County Commissioner. So I'm excited to talk to him about that. And Alice Luckhardt, oh my gosh, our native local historian. She has an article in the Stuart News all the time of, this day in history kind of thing. And she knows so much about our local flavor and color. So she's going to fill us in on events coming up and the news and tidbits and that kind of thing. And
but wait, there's more.
She's brought Barbara Osborn with her.
Okay.
And these are two great ladies in our community who are active, and they're making a difference, and I just really appreciate them for being here tonight. And I really appreciate my sponsors. I've got two wonderful sponsors. My hero in the real estate business, because he always is there for me in a pinch to do inspections, is Gary Mulca, TC Palm Home Inspections. I want to thank him. He's been on board since the beginning. And also my newest sponsor, Portia B. Scott. Hello, Portia. I was like, Portia be good. Portia B. Scott, and she is an attorney in town. So want to thank Portia for being the newest sponsor and supporter of all things good in Stuart. She is located at 921 Central Parkway in Stuart, Florida, and her phone number is 772-287-0096. Let me say that again, 772-287-0096. And she is open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, and Fridays, 9 to 3. And she's even available, like I am, on weekends and evening appointments. So if you've really got an urge to talk some legal matters, she can help provide legal answers for all your ever-changing family needs. And she's really great. She's really studied the elder law. She's really good at that. So family planning, if you're getting married at an older age, for instance, or you want to plan for your grandchildren.
And why are you looking at me like that?
You're not. You already got married.
I got married at an older age.
And you did. That's right. And how did that go?
It worked out all right. So far, so good.
Did you have what do they call
I wrote
an agreement?
Yes.
Okay. See, and that's what Portia can do.
Yeah,
for people.
very important.
Those marriage agreements.
Yes.
Yes, it's important. Like what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours, and you figure
That's
out
because there's so many more people involved.
A lot determines, right? A lot comes into play.
Sure.
Paternity. You didn't have any paternity issues, right?
No.
Okay, good. But everything is all about the family.
Yes.
So turn to Portia for your needs, and she will ensure that your needs are taken care of. She is dedicated to doing that. And TC Palm Home Inspections is dedicated to providing you with a very good home inspection report that will meet the criteria, the needs of your contractor. If you're listing your house, I always say two things really. It's all about marketing. And when you're taking that product, your home, you're turning it into an Elmo on the shelf. And you want it to be the best Elmo. Like you want...
Sure.
Yeah. When they go shopping, you want the kids to pick your Elmo.
Right.
So you want to make sure
the shiniest.
The brightest, the shiniest.
Yes.
It's not, doesn't have any ears falling off of it.
Right.
The nose is intact. So you want all of that good stuff about your house, the systems and the mechanics, to be known that they're good and they're in good shape. So Gary can do that before you list your house, or if you're a buyer and you're in need of an inspection, please give Gary a call at 772-678-8133 and check out his website is tcpalmhomeinspections.com. And they are terrific. They're local, and they're here on the Treasure Coast in Palm Beach, and so Stuart, Port St. Lucie, Martin County, Palm Beach County. And really quickly, back to Portia. I love her website. It's real easy. It's attorneystuartflorida.com.
doesn't get any easier than that.
Right? How easy is that?
Right.
Kind of like, the Martin County difference. It's
Yes.
everywhere,
Yes.
So if you just want to hear about our difference, just look for the Martin County difference. And it's a podcast now. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. It's on YouTube.
It's everywhere you want to be.
It's everywhere
Yes.
you want to be. That's
Yes.
right. That's so good to say that.
Yeah.
So I would like to just do a little real estate news really quickly. 2 open houses coming up this weekend on Sunday. Big ones. From 1 to 3 on Dyer Point Road in Lighthouse Point, a waterfront home, beautiful. Just came on the market at $519,900. That's pretty good for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Becky Schilk from my office will be holding that open at 1639 Dyer Point Road. So look for that on the
Nice.
internet and go by there. Nothing to do. It's been completely gutted and renovated, and you can have a boat up to 30 feet there, and you're right out on the river and into the ocean. So it's really great. So 1639 Dyer Point Road from 1 to 3, and then I'm having an open house at my beautiful equestrian 5-acre ocean access estate. It's just like got everything. It's got horses, you can have yachts, and that's 10075 Southwest Green Ridge Lane, and that's in Palm City. It's out right on the Okeechobee Waterway, so you want to take Canner Highway all the way out where it runs into 96th Street, just west of 95, and then turn west on that street, and then you would come to Green Ridge Lane and you would take a left, meaning heading south. So look it up.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google it.
Google map it. It's 10075
Yeah.
Southwest Green Ridge Lane. It is a gorgeous 5 bedrooms, an office, 4 bathrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. Incredible.
Set your Garmin and off you go.
Yeah, set your Garmin off. Impact glass
Yeah.
windows, metal roof, and like I said, 5 acres, yachts up to 100 feet can
Wow.
fit there. It's a perfect hurricane hole.
Yeah.
A real haven against the wind and the rain. So I'll be there from 2 to 4. Yeah, let me say the time. 2 to 4 p.m. And I'm going to put it all over Facebook. And it's got a virtual tour. So go to my website at juliasansevere.com. It'll be there. And look for those both great open houses. And right now it is fierce out there. Buyers don't have that much to choose from. We're still in a good seller's market. But come on, buyers. We love you, buyers. So, and if you have any need for buying or selling real estate, call me, Julia Sansevere, at 772-919-1385. Okay, that's my promo. Now my guest.
All right.
Troy, come on in. I know you're here waiting. So I'm so excited to have Troy McDonald. I met Troy McDonald, and the reason this show happened is the Dancing with the Babies, for the babies, right? And you're going to talk, you know how to talk close to that. Hi, Troy.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Well, you look great. And, we tripped the light fantastic more or less together. Not completely together.
Right.
We weren't partners. But you did a fun dance
Shared
with the
the
motorcycle.
stage.
We shared the stage.
Yes.
Right. And I did the Latin Hustle. And what was your dance?
Mine was I can't remember what it was called, but it was, what was the song? Sharp Dressed Man.
Oh, yeah, right, with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
You did a great job. And we did it in 2016, and that's how this show came about, because it was for a 501c3, Martin County Healthy Start Coalition. And they ensure babies are born healthy in Martin County. And they asked some people in the community who are notable for one reason or another. Troy is very notable for many reasons. And we did it, and we really did it.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was, but I have to say, it was a lot more work than I expected when I signed up.
Me too.
I mean, first you had to go out and you actually had to learn how to dance, and I must have had 50 hours of practice for a 2-minute routine.
Yes.
But then you had to go and raise money.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
So you're running from donor to practice, and
I know, and then to your job and
everything else.
So, but it was a lot of fun, and I came up with the idea to beg basically for money on the radio, and that's how it happened. And it worked. Amazing. I got over $38,000.
You were a superstar in fundraising.
I was
by the way.
determined.
Yeah.
I was determined.
Yeah.
So,
I was at the bottom. I wouldn't think I was the lowest, but I think it was close.
Yeah, but you know what?
You got
We had
your
the same
own
dance
separate
floor.
mirror ball trophy.
Oh, well, they did, yes. After that, I got the runner-up trophy because somebody else did pull ahead at the very end. But I did set all land records, which was good.
Yes.
Like So that was fun.
Yeah.
It was an achievement. I was really happy to help because Martin Health is a main sponsor of it, Martin Health System, and so many others. Audi Stuart was one of my main sponsors, and they did you too.
I did Infinity.
You had Infinity, or I had Audi Stuart.
You went to Devon.
And we went there right at the same time.
Mario calls me up and says, "Hey, I guess we're doing both this year."
Yeah. So thank you, Devin and Mario. We appreciate it. So anyway, and then this coming weekend, just real quickly, I want to not forget about Food, Friends, and Fashion and the Riding for Heroes. They were both on my show last week, but this is the weekend. So happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. It's coming up. I can't believe it.
I'm thinking about doing the Ride for Heroes on Sunday.
You should.
I do a lot of cycling, and I've been looking at that. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze it into my schedule. It looks like a great event.
It is a great event, and there are several different ones. You could do the 40-mile ride.
I'd probably do one of the longer ones.
Oh, you are in shape. Well, it's Sunday, March 18th, really quickly. Registration begins at 6:30 a.m. and there are several different choices and options for, riding, long and short. But it's $45 in advance or $50 if received by the 16th, by Friday. You get a T-shirt for the first 150 registered, and it's $60 the day of the event, cash. So they will take your cash, and that's March 18th, and I believe it takes place at Justin Wilson Memorial Park. That's on Map Road at 2050 Map Road. And Fran and Lance Wilson are the Gold Star family, the parents of Justin Wilson, who unfortunately was killed, and he died in 2010. It's already been that long, I can't believe it, in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yeah, and so bless his heart, he was a Marine, and he is a hero, and he lives on with this race event. It's really wonderful. So go to raceroster.com to find that. And thanks for letting me bend on your time, Troy.
Oh,
but
no
I wanted
problem.
to remember to remind people. And Food, Friends, and Fashion is at the Mariner Sands. The Women's Club of Stuart is putting that on, and that's for to raise scholarship money. And that's a lot of fun at Mariner Sands. Tickets are $40. Go to gfwcwomensclubofstuart.com. Or text me after the show, call me. It's Saturday, March 17th from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. A lot of fun. The fashions are always exciting, and the fun is momentous. So now let's get to how in the world you got snagged into another event to raise money, and tell us all about it. And the Kane Center, the LipSync Battle?
Yeah,
What?
I am participating in the LipSync Battle. And so when I was asked about it, I said, what the heck is a lip-sync battle? And apparently is you...
Even I can do this, right?
Well, you know...
Yeah,
you gotta make it look
You gotta
like
know.
You gotta know the
it.
words, because they're gonna be watching your lips.
You
to
can't
see-
do Britney Spears.
Right, you know, you
like
can't just sit there
her
and...
sister
Yeah.
on the Saturday Night Live, remember that? She
Yeah.
flubbed it up.
Yeah. So,
Well,
but-
what song are you doing, or do you know?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
I'm doing Margaritaville.
Oh my gosh, how
Yeah.
fun.
And I'm a parrot head, so we're doing Margaritaville, but you know what's? It's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, I got roped into it or whatever you want to call it. But the reality is, it's for a great cause, and if anybody knows about the Kane Center and the Council on Aging, and this particular event is to raise money for the adult daycare,
Okay.
the adult club. So it's the adult club, and what that is where people, elderly folks, can go during the day. And as you mentioned earlier, my wife is an elder law attorney.
Yes.
And I have me and my wife have some personal experience. Up until last year when he passed away, we spent 4 years taking care of my wife's elderly father, who was in his 90s, and it's a huge challenge. And the club provides a place where families can take the elderly can go, where they can be around their peers. It can be in a constructive environment, safe environment, and it allows so that they're just not stuck at home all day. And both the elderly family member and the family members taking care of them.
Yeah.
So it can provide a respite, or as with many of us, we have to work.
Right.
And so you're taking care of your elderly father or mother or aunt or uncle or whoever that extended member of your family is, and now all of a sudden, you're stuck at home and you can't go, and because you don't know what to do, and you need to get out.
Yeah.
And you want to have a better life for them rather than just being stuck in their little room watching their TV.
Oh, so true.
So this can, they provide activities, and they have some minimal health care, screenings and
Okay.
so forth. but and good healthy meals.
Wonderful.
So it's a great, the Kane Center offers so many great programs for the elderly and for the family members taking care of the elderly, which so many people we think about, they forget about themselves.
Yeah.
And
that's right. You'll burn out. You'll burn out.
Right. If you want to take care of your elderly relative, you got to take care of yourself as well.
That's true. And
Yeah.
look at this. You went from babies up to the nonagenarians.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Well, you do great work. My mom is 91. So we do have an attendant for her during the day, and she is very lucky to be able to still live in her home with dignity. But that's not always true for everybody. And what the best thing, though, is I keep telling her, keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep moving. So if you have interaction with people, go to your bridge game, go out to your hairdresser, go to these places, and she's lucky and blessed that she can afford to have that. But what about the people who don't?
Right, and there's so many. My father-in-law had the same thing. He fortunately he had the assets for an attendant, but so we had someone coming in. But there's like you said, there's so many people that don't, and the Kane Center offers these low-cost programs. There's several respite care.
Yeah.
They also offer Meals on Wheels, and you can't forget about Meals on Wheels, how
Right.
important that program is, and the club and the respite care, and there's so many other services that I went and spoke at the. What was the fashion show they have every year? What's that? I can't even think of the name of it. But it was
at the Kane Center?
Yeah, at the Kane Center.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the one
I didn't know.
they do a fashion show for Meals on Wheels, and I was the keynote speaker back
nice.
a few months ago.
Right.
And when I was preparing to speak, I studied the Kane Center and I saw all the programs, and I thought I knew what they did. They do so many things.
Oh, good.
So I think it's canecenter.com. Go to their website, check it out, and you'll be amazed. And
that's important for people who are listening and who might hear this show later on a podcast or on Facebook. The canecenter.com is a great resource for our elderly. And what are we made up of here in our part of Florida? Elderly.
Yep.
Everybody comes here to retire because it's warm. Hi.
Hi. We're all looking at Frank.
Yeah, look in the mirror. But it's true. And I was in New York City. It's interesting because I didn't realize that the Kane Center was all about that. And when you told me that, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was involved. I was on the board of the Carter Burden Center for the Aging. And they did exactly this, and they concentrated on the Upper East Side of New York City, and they became a role model for other places around the country to do exactly what we've been able to do with my mom, is to keep people who are elderly in their homes, independent, with dignity, because that's the best thing, is if you're familiar with your surroundings, and then have services if they're shut in, for instance, and they can't get out for a meal.
Aging
to
in
have
place.
Meals. Aging in place.
Aging in place
is the best thing.
And my wife, in her law practice, talks about that all the time. The goal, many people, their goal is to age in place, and making sure that you can reach those goals is so important.
Well, so it's for everybody who's of that age.
Right.
Is it senior, like is it 55 plus, or is it in their
I don't.
70s?
I think it's. I don't think it necessarily is age. I think, but I don't know what the minimum age is, but I think that'd be. You'd probably find that out from the Kane Center, because aging is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some people that are in their 90s that don't need it, and but then there's some people in the 70s that do.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the event and how people can get. Do they buy a ticket?
You can go to the Kane Center's website and you can buy a ticket.
Okay.
They're $20 for general admission and $30 for premium seating.
Oh.
So if you want to get up close and see the action up close and live, and
see if Troy really knows those words.
I've been working at it. So
I bet you have.
we got some props. We got some exciting stuff going.
I
got a backup singer and everything.
Oh my gosh. Is it Portia?
No, it's the young lady who roped me into it, Cherie. She's a wonderful young lady,
okay.
and I'm sure she's going to be just adorable in her flowery outfit. That she's going to be a prepared parrot head. She said.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's on Facebook too. It's LipSync Battle at the Kane Center, and it's this Saturday night, the 17th.
Yep.
It's St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day
That's
at 5
great.
o'clock.
And where local stars will battle it out. So it's like The Voice right here, you know. And does it have a time start?
I think 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock,
Yep.
okay. And the Kane Center is at 900 Southeast Salerno Road, right here in Stuart. And that's where it will be. So make sure you go to their website and get a ticket, or go to their Facebook page, and that will direct you probably to where you need to go. And how many people are doing it? Do you know? How many
I think there's
contestants?
like 5 or 6 of us.
Oh, wow. And do they have judges? Is it like the dancing thing?
You know, I don't know. You know, I only got asked to do this a week and a half ago.
What?
So, and so
Oh my
and it's like it's like
I would be so freaking out.
so I had one. Unlike the Dancing with the Stars,
Yeah,
I had
right.
one rehearsal.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. So hey, after Dancing with the Stars, I can do anything.
Yes, this is
You know,
true.
This is a walk in the cake. You know, I don't know about you, Julia, but during my Dance with the Stars, my partner, dance partner, Kristen Meadows, was amazing.
Oh, she was. Yeah.
But she was a slave driver. she cracked the whip every time I went to practice.
Well, they have to be with us that we're so like, ugh, you know, we don't know. Oh, it's canecenter.org.
.org. Okay,
Just
that's
so
what
you
it is.
know, everybody, it's canecenter.org. And it's all about aging well. And they do provide services. So look that up, canecenter.org. And, you know, I noticed we're getting a lot of newer facilities here in Stuart and Martin County of senior centers.
A lot of assisted living
Assisted
facilities,
living
the ALFs
facilities.
they are what I've seen at the city and even
Right.
and watching the county commission as well. Those are right now one of the hot real estate markets, and that's because the baby boomers.
Well, yeah, that's right.
And then right behind the baby boomer, you know, you have the generation, I think it's X,
Gen X, yeah.
which is what I guess I am, but then you got the millennials, and the millennials are, you know, the millennials are now the largest age group out there. So there's 330 million people in the United States right now, and we're all living longer.
Yeah.
And the lifespans have expanded over the last 30 years.
Wow.
And so many people are living into their 80s and 90s and, you know, and above.
Mhm.
So I think you're going to see, for the time being, the next 10 years, you're going to see a growth in these assisted living facilities until
Mhm.
they hit saturation.
My goodness. And then they'll turn into daycare centers for babies because they'll be just rotated maybe.
There'll be, you know, it's, you know, and some of these folks, you know, I've seen, there's an apartment complex that's going in, it's a 55 plus
Right.
apartment complex
Oh, yeah.
that's not a assisted living, but it's an independent living, so they offer some of the services, but they don't offer the meals and the housekeeping, but they do offer more of an independent living, but they have some of the services as far as transportation and other things. So for people that can live independently, but maybe shouldn't drive, and you know, so they get, you know, so they'll have transportation to doctor's appointments and so forth. So there's some really interesting products out there.
Yeah, and there's a little triangle in downtown Stuart, and you can tell us about it. It's a real estate related question, so it fits in with the show. It's 1 and 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, a big gap where the triangle bar was.
Yep, that was the triangle, we call it the triangle parcel, but Azul is the name of the property.
Okay.
It's the developer is New Urban Communities, and they're building, I think it's 49 apartments.
Yeah.
1, 2, and I think 4 3-bedroom apartments.
Wow.
They're in permitting right now. I'm not sure when they're going to start construction. But it's going to be exciting because it's going to bring young people living in downtown again. And it's going to, you know, and then we have, you know, since we're talking real estate, we have 2 other luxury condos going up.
Oh, that's right. 18 Seminole is one of them.
Yeah, they're calling it River something.
River
and
Place,
then
River House.
River House.
Something like that.
And
right.
then Seminole Bluff also.
Seminole Bluff.
And
right.
those are multi-million-dollar.
Fancy.
Yeah, they're over $1 million each. And there's
Yeah.
40 of them total.
Oof, but the 49 apartments are going to be a little bit more modern.
They're going to be more.
Are they going to be for rent or for
They're
sale?
rentals.
Ah.
So those, and we need some rentals.
We need a good rental market.
We do. There's a shortage of rentals, especially in the downtown area, and I think that that's going to attract a lot of the young professionals and some of the older folks that, and I say older, because I'm almost there. Because actually, I've been thinking about it myself. People that are just in the beginning of their retirement, maybe coming down here and deciding if they want to stay,
right?
And because they want to be near downtown and they can walk to the shops and the restaurants and have a nice
everybody who comes to Florida who needs real estate, this is the cry. I want to live near downtown. And I want to, spend this much and that much. I'm like, you're going to need to spend a little more than that because it is pricey to be downtown, and that's okay because it's prime real estate. But we don't have or haven't had in the past the kind of what we're going to have now in the future with walk to town. We have beautiful shops there, but typically you have to drive there unless you live really close or bicycle in Old Stuart.
Right.
So it's nice to see new construction coming.
And don't forget our tram.
The tram. Oh yeah, the tram. Talk about the tram.
So the tram is it's an electric tram. It runs all over downtown Stuart, and there's actually 2 of them running usually, and they have a route. And so you don't have to park right next to your the shop that you're going to, because parking is tough sometimes. It gets tight down there, especially if there's one of the fantastic shows they have at the Lyric.
Yeah.
So you can park a little further away, and the tram's running every 10-15 minutes. And there's tram stops, and the tram stop has the telephone number for the tram driver. You can call them up, find out where they're at. I know we've been working on an app to see where the tram is. And
that's a good idea.
And so
Are you going to work on that as a commissioner?
I've been working on that for a while.
Well, you've been a commissioner. Just want to wrap up real quickly and bring Alice and Barbara in. But you're running for commissioner for Martin County. You've been a commissioner for Stuart.
I've been city commissioner 4 terms, going on 8 years.
Wow.
I've served 2 years as mayor, 2 terms as mayor. I've also served as three-term chairman of the Martin County Metropolitan Planning Organization, and I'm currently president of the Business Development Board.
Oh.
And then in my industry, I serve on the Process Server Review Board in my personal business.
My goodness.
But I'm running for Martin County Commission District 2.
District 2. And everybody can vote in Martin County.
Everybody can vote.
As long as it's an open race.
Yes, and just so you know, I made a pledge that I would did not close that race with a write-in candidate. I would not endorse, encourage, or support anybody to run as a write-in candidate. Therefore, I do not disenfranchise any of the voters in Martin County, and that's very important because this is a local race, and I think it's wrong to disenfranchise 50,000 voters.
50 or half and half, whatever it is. And so thank you. You posted that, and I reposted it on Facebook. Thank you, Troy, for that because that has happened. It's a loophole in Florida voting law, and I don't think it's just here locally.
No, it's a statewide law, and it's used by candidates in both parties to close out races. So when in the state of Florida, if there's nobody running from the other party, then the primary, everybody can vote in the primary.
Right.
Now, if there's a legitimate candidate running as an independent or in the other party, then fine, it's a closed race.
Right.
Because then it's going to go to a general election.
Right.
But a general election where the write-in candidate doesn't have to spend any money to get on the ballot, doesn't have to get any petitions, and then name doesn't appear on the ballot, doesn't campaign, and is really just there to...
It's a joke.
Spoiler.
As a spoiler.
Yeah.
That's not right.
It's
now,
not right.
I'm all in favor of primaries, closed primaries, when there's a legitimate candidate in the other party, and we can have... But just this loophole where someone does not have to do anything, I think is wrong.
It's pulling strings in the wrong way, yes. Well, thank you so much for tonight. I could talk to you all night, but we do have another guest.
We actually, you have some guests that are actually much better than me, and they know all about.
Alice. Come on in, Alice.
Alice,
we're gonna let.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you stopping in. Oh, he's got the parrot music for you.
He does.
Music. Oh, thank you so much, and good luck on the commissioner's race. And tell us when we vote. August
28th.
August 28th. Okay, so get out your pencils. Sharpen those pencils. Thank you, Troy. Good night.
See you later.
And good luck. And don't forget the LipSync Battle at the Kane Center on Salerno Road this Saturday night, 5 o'clock approximately. Look at canecenter.org to get your tickets.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
guys.
hope you win.
I will.
We'll have you come back and tell us all about it.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye. Hi, Alice. Put your headset on and belly up to the microphone. Got to be real close. And hi, Barbara. So Alice Luckhardt and Barbara Osborn are 2 wonderful local ladies filled with great information and tidbits. And real quickly, another local lady is out there listening. Kenya Reinhardt, thank you. And Ellie Tanya, I can't say this name, Romanovskaya Hazim. Wow, that's a big one. So thank you for listening tonight. Oh my goodness, I've just been handed a whole schedule of events. My goodness. Alice. Hi. Hi, Barbara.
Hello.
So tell us what is going on. We're coming up on History Month, right?
That'll be in May,
In
but
May.
we are doing things long before then.
Okay.
Coming up right away. One of the favorite stories that everybody loves
Yes.
is about the Ashley Gang,
Right.
the notorious outlaws.
Yes.
And so I'm going to be doing a special program on March 30th at 10:30 in the morning. That's a Friday, and it's at Indian River State College, the Salerno Road campus. They have a big auditorium called the Johnson Auditorium, and I will be there because they obviously want to accommodate enough people. But it's free and open to the public.
Oh, we
And-
like free.
Yes. And I've done a whole video research, all of that over the years, about the Ashley Gang and chasing them and what happened. Doesn't mean I have the definitive answer, but I think I've proven a lot of the material I've
You
done.
got a lot of good stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll be talking about and showing this video at
And
that
you have an
time.
article in the Stuart News. I mentioned that.
Yes, every Wednesday.
Every
It's called Historical Vignettes. My husband Greg, a native boy, in Stuart, and we've been writing this since 2012.
Oh, it's delightful.
Thank you.
Thank you for that contribution. So tell us more.
Okay, that's my presentation I'll be doing, and then the Stuart Heritage Museum has been requested to show the movie Little Laura, Big John.
What's
That's a
that one?
movie that was filmed in Stuart in 1969,
Oh.
and it's the story of the Ashley Gang.
Oh.
They're using real scenes of where some of these robberies and things took place right in Stuart, and they took a lot of local people and, transformed them into actors and borrowed vintage cars from the Elliott Museum.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. Now the star is Fabian, the singer. Yes,
I
of the
remember-
'60s.
I
Fabian.
remember
He
that.
plays John Ashley, and Karen Black
Oh,
is
I'm-
Laura. Yes,
Love Karen Black.
is Laura Upthegrove. That was his girlfriend.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
She is quirky.
Yes. So those films, that film will be shown at the Lyric on
When?
April 10th at 7 p.m. You have to have your tickets. You can buy them that night.
That's
but,
a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. And you know what? We can't go, girl.
I know, because you and I are nominated as
Mhm.
Women of Distinction. Hiya!
Hey!
But you'll
Yes.
probably win, so. But
No,
I'll go there and I'll be
no,
there
no.
clapping for you. But yeah, that's amazing. That's coming up. So,
Yes.
But I'd love to go to that movie. I'd love to see it.
Yes.
Will they have it any other time? besides
No,
that?
we did it 2 years ago. We've been requested to do it again.
Okay.
So probably another 2 years or so before we do
Oh,
it.
boy.
One other thing we're going to have that night, we have been able to get hold of a very rare mint condition book that was done in 1928 on the Ashley Gang.
Wow.
The man who wrote it was Hick C. Stewart. He was one of the police officers chasing the Ashley Gang, especially in the 1910s. So after their demise in 1924, he started gathering stuff and eventually wrote a book by 1928. Very popular, sold very well, but a lot of them got kind of tucked away, hidden for decades.
Wow.
And then only recently has been discovered a box
Ooh.
of them.
Wow.
Mint. We're talking mint. Never, just like they came from the press.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
And so it was Florida Classics.
Yeah.
Val Martin, who had these, he gave a couple to the museum, one of which we are raffling off the night of the program, April 10th, the movie.
Okay.
$5 a ticket, and you could win this book that's worth roughly $250 to $300 now, is its
Wow.
value.
Mm-hmm.
Is its value, right. We've seen on eBay sell for that.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get your tickets at the museum. It's all benefiting, keeping the museum running, turning on the lights, all of that.
Yes.
So we're very happy about that.
Our little
So-
downtown museum, the
Yes.
food store.
Right.
If you don't know about it and you're listening out there, when you come to Stuart, you've got to see this adorable museum. It is a feed store, and it's an original structure.
1901.
And yes, and the family lived upstairs.
Yes, apartments.
The Perkins family?
No, the Parks.
Parks family.
Yes,
Close,
George
close.
Parks.
George Parks, that's right. And I was there this week and I showed my niece
Ah,
and her
very
little
good.
boy. Yeah. It's free,
Yes,
and you can park your horse out front.
right.
They have a meter for the horse. It's adorable. And there's incredible artifacts in the history of Stuart and Martin County.
Yes,
really
All of it
interesting.
donated, all of it preserved, and we know the
Beautifully.
history behind everything.
And kept clean and
Yes.
tidy.
We're
Okay,
known for that.
didn't want to interrupt, but go ahead.
Yes. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Barbara, who has more historical things coming up.
Oh, good.
So, what should we be?
The Sewell's house.
Okay.
Captain Sewell.
You know, for years, Sandra Thurlow
Closer.
Sandra
Yes.
Thurlow has been giving presentations
Yes.
at the Captain Sewell's house.
Right.
Well, she has passed the mantle
Oh.
and tutored Bruce and I for many years, my husband Bruce and I, for many years, and we dress up as Captain Abby Sewell. And
Oh.
make sure, Sandy, make sure we have exact costume. Bruce has to wear the Greek fishing captain's hat,
Uh-huh.
because I got him a straw boater, and Sandy goes, no, Captain Sewell didn't wear the straw boater. He wore the Greek fishing captain's hat.
Wow.
So Bruce
very
wears it.
authentic.
Yes, and actually Bruce has become quite articulate on Captain Sewell, because Bruce is a sailor. Captain
Uh-huh.
Sewell's family, they were all in the shipbuilding business up in New England.
Uh-huh.
And so Bruce has just adapted that alter
Alter ego. That's so cool. And Henry Sewell is one of the main settlers here. in
Right,
Stuart,
early settlers.
And what Sewell's
Yes.
Point is named for.
Right.
Sewell's Point Road was the first road in Martin County. It was, of course, it was Dade County, and then it
Mhm.
became Palm Beach County, and only became Martin County the same week that he died, August 1925.
Wow.
So, but he was state commissioner. He was a state senator.
Mhm.
He would go up to
Yes,
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Yeah. And so he was. He and Hugh Willoughby did the Sewell's Point Land Company, which is now the Golden Gate area. The
Mhm.
Hanson Grant was there. Sewell's Point, Golden Gate area, all the way out to 95.
Wow.
And Flagler wanted to run the train down Sewell's Point Road, but he couldn't get clear title, and also some people there that did have the land didn't want to sell it to him.
Uh-huh.
So he had to bring it all the way in, and he was so mad, he just put it right through the middle of Stuart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, how the heck would it go on Sewell's Road? Sewell's Point Road is on a peninsula.
All the way down to Rocky Point,
Oh.
bridge over.
Bridge over.
Bridge.
Yes.
like the old railroad bridge we have
Oh my
there. There would
gosh.
be a railroad bridge there at the crossroads.
Okay, I'm so glad somebody didn't sell to him, but darn it, he's right in the middle of town, and now we're in the middle of a hornet's nest with trying to keep them from bringing all those extra trains through. So anyway, well, continue, Barbara, continue.
So we've taken over the Captain Sewell's house for Sandy, and it's open the first and the third Wednesdays of each month. So the next time it'll be open will be the 21st.
Okay.
March
March
21st, April
Okay.
4th, April 18th, and then they're going to be also in character every Wednesday during the month of May because of historical preservation.
Right.
So any Wednesday in May.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait. I had to miss it the last time, unfortunately, and that's when I first found out about it all. So I'm really looking forward to maybe preserving a little time to see the preservation history moment.
Oh,
Yes.
well, they are wonderful in character.
I know. Well, you had you were
Wonderful.
in the paper. It was the talk of the town, and I'm sure will be again. So everybody remember coming up in May, but also every other Wednesday now, and then in May every Wednesday
Yes.
at a
actually,
certain
May-
time. Noon.
It's 11 to 1. What
11
you
to
do is
1.
you go first up to Tuckahoe. They have a tour that starts at 10.
Okay.
And then when you're done with that, the county will bring you down on a tram to Captain Sewell's house.
Oh.
And then they have another tour at 11, and at the end of that, they'll bring you down. So we say 11 to 1, but recently, we've had so many people with foot traffic and people on bikes, we're there till 2:30.
Wow.
And as long as there's people interested, we'll stay.
And you're giving of your time. It's just amazing.
Oh, we
Thank-
love it. We come back, so just meeting all these people
Right?
is
It
fascinating.
is amazing.
And
it-
we've met so many people. We met one of the bootleggers woman.
Yeah, Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa.
Yes,
She was there last time we were there, and her mom was the bootlegger that rented the house when it was over in Willoughby Creek.
Oh.
And
How long ago are we talking? A bootlegger?
In the 30s.
Okay, that's what I
20s
wanted.
and 30s,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. And the mansion at Tuckahoe, another beautiful site here in Martin County and Stuart, up in Jensen Beach in that area. It's just a beautiful mansion.
Mhm.
And can you tell us what it was used for, or how it came to be there? What is the history on that place?
Well, it's on the highest mound, which is called Mount Elizabeth.
Okay.
There was originally the Racy house. Charles Racy and their family had a house there since the 1890s. But unfortunately in 1921 it burned. So it was just left, and different people bought the property but didn't develop it. It wasn't until Leach family out of Atlanta, Georgia, the same Leach family that has shares of Coca-Cola.
Oh.
So they had money.
Yay.
Yes. And so they loved this High Point, and they built this house. Took a couple of years, you know, for contractors to do it and get everything just like they wanted. But they have this beautiful house, and they named it Tuckahoe. And the story is, I mean, she entertained. She was at the garden club, and she was well known throughout the community. Mrs. Leach and doing a lot of things. But finally, what ticked her off, and I'll show you what this was. Late 40s, okay, into early 50s. She was getting really upset with some of the smaller, more like trailer parks and campsites that were developing near that area. So she goes to the county commission and she says, you should bring my taxes down. I shouldn't have to pay that much of property tax because of, these, not as desirable locations next to me. They said, no, you're going to pay your regular amount. She says, I'll get you. So what she did, she put the house up for sale and she sold it to a nunnery who don't have to pay any taxes.
Oh.
She was a petty pitcher. I've met a woman who went as a child down in the basement where Mrs. Leach would have them, and they had a Coca-Cola machine. And you'd think because she was in Coca-Cola era, she would give them free. No, she made the children pay for their Cokes.
Put it in the machine so it would come out?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So you see, it's a wonderful history, and
It really
the
is.
county does own it now, and it needed, renovation, which they did. It was very costly, but I'm so glad they did.
Me too, and it became part of what is now Indian Riverside Park.
Yes.
And they have that community center there. It's just lovely. And then the U.S. Sailing Center is up the road from that. So I was able to show that to my niece just driving up, the road. And it's a beautiful drive.
And for May History Month, we like to use a lot of the county venues. So this in May, there'll be a lecture at the Sailing Center. There'll be a elegant reception at the Tuckahoe Mansion for the preservationists of the year. We are using Captain Sewell's house. We're using the Golden Gate Building.
Oh, nice. On Dixie A1A.
Yep.
Right.
And
that's beautifully refurbished.
Yes. So, shall we run through a
Yeah,
little
run
bit
a few
of this?
things.
Yeah.
Well, the Seminole Inn has graciously opened up for tours in May, Thursday through Sunday at 2 p.m., but you need to make reservations 2 days in advance.
Okay, and how do people do that? Where do they?
Just call the Seminole Inn.
And
say
that's the
we're
one out of
interested in
Indiantown.
Yes.
That is
Warfield Boulevard.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Very
they,
unique.
the Wall family, were Preservationists of the Year a
Oh,
few years ago.
okay.
They won every year we give out a Preservationists of the Year award. Alice and Greg has gotten it. Sandy Thurlow has gotten it. Joe Cragshaw. Mary Walton Jones got it last year, who
The museum?
is the Stuart Heritage Museum, the
Okay.
feed store.
Oh.
And
How about you?
no, I think Joette should get it too.
Yeah.
But this year it is not a surprise, but it's Julie Priest.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Julie Priest is the one that
She
works
does.
on the National Registry applications. We have places that have been saved here in Martin County. She's working on 2 right now, All Saints Church and the Stuart Feed Store, and to get them on the National Registry. And trust me, I have gone through that paperwork. We're talking 25 to 28 pages solid with photographs and details every inch of every building.
And she's done a
It
fabulous
has to
job.
be meticulous for the National Registry to accept it.
Sure. Oh my goodness,
So
that is tedious
she does a
work.
lot of work.
Yeah, that's heritage and genealogy. I know from the Daughters of the American Revolution, which we are both members of. You have to
Yes.
have everything just so.
And
Yeah.
Julie Priest has been responsible for the Golden Gate building. Her and
Oh,
Sadia.
okay.
How do you say Sadia's last name?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's Greek.
Yeah.
And for
Maybe she's the one that came on.
the arch in Rio.
The arch.
She
Yes.
was responsible for
Rio.
saving that.
Yes.
And she was responsible, and now she's working on the All Saints, but she's very active in the Rio Civic Center and the redevelopment. And when she moved up here from
Miami.
and she just
Isn't
jumped
that
right in.
nice? Well, it beckons people to do that. It just, Stuart is so sweet and quaint, and it's one of the few small towns that's got a little bit more flair, I think, because of where we are. We were voted the, friendliest,
Town, city.
happiest
Seaside town.
seaside
town,
town,
yeah.
either the friendliest or the happiest or something, I don't know. Well, we're all just so delightful in the sun. And hello, Terry Mulca, married to Gary Mulca, one of my sponsors. Hi,
Oh,
Terry.
hi.
Thank you. I gave you a shout out in the beginning. So wind it back up and listen. So we're listening to Barbara Osborn and Alice Luckhardt tonight in the second half of the show about all the goings on in Stuart, and upcoming is History Preservation Month in May, but there's so much going on. The Ashley gang, we love them. We're glad they're gone, but you know,
They're a fascinating story. Everybody loves them.
We love the story.
Yeah, we love the story left over. So continue, Barbara. Tell us more. What's going on?
Okay, well, besides the Tuckahoe Mansions, tours every Wednesday.
Right.
And then they come to us every Wednesday, and then the guest speaker on Wednesday, May 2nd, is Sandra Thurlow.
Oh, good.
Yes.
And she is mom to a very good friend of mine,
Mhm.
Jackie Thurlow
Sure,
Lippish.
sure. And then on May 4th, on Friday, there is going to be an open house at the historic Golden Gate building. It's going to be, I think, 11 to 1, and at 11:30, Julie Priest and Sadia, I can't say her last name.
It's okay. She knows who she is.
Yeah, they are very responsible for saving that. And that building was actually the sales office for the Sewell's Point Land Company.
Oh, my goodness. The
And then
Golden Gate building was?
Yeah.
Oh, how
Mhm.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
So inside, the tenants now are
well, it's House of Hope,
Ranieri-
isn't it?
House of Hope, yeah.
Right.
Rob
That's
Ranieri.
what I thought. Rob
Um,
Ranieri.
Yeah, thank you. And then on Saturday, May 5th and Saturday, May 12th, our open house at historic All Saints Church at 10 to 2. And Joyce Menard is going to show it. She and Julie Priest are the ones that are doing the preservation package for it to get. We're going to give it on Sunday, the 19th, I believe. We are giving
A dedication to
a
it.
dedication.
The
Sunday.
county preservation is doing a dedication plaque. To All Saints Church.
Nice.
You know, that church was the 1890s.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I didn't know we had anything that old.
Yeah. And even to preserve the cemetery next door,
Right?
you know, you'd think the church would come with, no, we have to do separate paperwork just to get the cemetery also
Oh, my gosh.
on the National Registry.
Well, thank you for doing that. You know, Jackie Onassis is Jackie Kennedy Onassis is the one who saved Radio City Music Hall in New York City. And I think had a hand in saving Grand Central Station.
Yes.
Can you imagine if they tore those up? Because they tore down the original Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously? So thank you for doing this, for making a difference here in Martin County.
Can
with
I
our
run through
history.
it really fast?
Please do.
Okay, so, and then on the 8th of Tuesday is a monthly Stuart Heritage meeting, and Kai Fontaine is going to be giving the history of the lyric.
Oh, nice.
She's the director of the lyrics, so
Okay.
she does a fantastic job.
Right, I met Kai. She's sweet.
And then on Thursday, May 10th, is a lecture by Nathaniel Osborne of the Schemers and Dreamers of the Indian River Lagoon. And last year, he had a book come out by the
Yes.
Indian River Lagoon,
Yes.
an environmental history. And he's a teacher at Pine School, and he teaches high school racing at the Sailing Center. And I think he has a great future ahead of him.
Do we?
Of course, this is
know
from the
him?
mother.
I was just gonna
This is
say.
the mother talking.
The
He's my son.
Osborne.
Our son, yes.
Your son, well, you should
So-
be very proud.
So, yeah, he's a historian, and, you know, Bruce
How
and I, we
cool.
just, around the family dinner table, we're always talking about history and geography and sailing around the world. And
Yes.
so it's just, it's in his blood.
How nice. I mean,
So,
that's really a wonderful thing
Sailing
to pass on.
and history, and
That you passed that
Yeah.
on. And you weren't originally from here. Where are you
we're from Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara, that's right.
Mhm.
I met you at the beach that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We were spelling out by the land.
By the land.
That's how we
That's
met.
true.
Because you're involved, if I can just break away for, we only have a couple of minutes. You're also involved with the River Kids.
Yes.
And Rivers Coalition.
Yes, Rivers
And you
Coalition.
wanted to show this and give a shout out.
They have a
This
version
third
3
version,
of
right.
the River Kids workbook, and we give it free to all the second grade classrooms in Martin and Port St. Lucie, private and public. So if you want it, contact Rivers Coalition. And also on April 7th at Sewell's Point Park, 11 to 1 or 10 to 1 is a beach trash art event where the kids will collect the art. We're gonna trash, and we're gonna make it into art. And Julia Kelly is our judge,
Oh, I love it.
who is the
Artist for this,
for
yes.
the workbook. And so we have a lot of things going on. Also, she is doing a lecture at Blake Library on the 14th on Dr. Porter,
I think I'm going to have you back next week.
Well, I think we talked about other days.
Yeah,
Yes,
other
there's
days,
so
but
much
I
to
want
cover.
to thank Alice Luckhardt and Barbara Osborn for coming in tonight, and also Troy McDonald. And thank you for listening to the Martin County Difference. And tune in next week, and we probably will have these wonderful ladies back. I think we ran short of time. See you next Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. And the 4 C's will be here then. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, there's so much happening here. I had no idea. We'll definitely get you back. Why not? Because you can then fill in the gaps.